I've been TF2. What a journey. So I've been watching TF2 on YouTube since I was like 13. I remember watching Vic start playing it with his friends and wished I could, but at the time not only was my computer infected with like 50 viruses from playing Flash games, but I also didn't have any money, so that didn't help the cause. When TF2 became free to play, I was one of the first players to play it, and clocked in about 100 hours before I moved on to other games since no one out of my friend group played TF2. A couple years later, aka now, I clocked in about 20-ish more hours and realized the game had gone to shit, or at least in my opinion, as a 17-year-old. This video is going to be short because I don't want to waste anyone's time. TF2 is still very fun, but there are so many problems with it, such as random crits still being annoying as shit, and from what I know, random crits don't reward new players, but reward already good players, so that also just makes the game even more unfair. Imagine you're going against, like, a god, and you're training your ass off to fight this god, but then turns out the god has random crits. GG no re. Also, there's more sniper aimbots than actual players. Just kidding, but you get the idea. I mean, I've been in games with 3 sniper aimbots, and it's just so annoying, especially if the enemy team is losing and decide, you know what, maybe having this little sniper aimbot on our team might not be such a bad idea. And last but not least, no consistent updates. Valve doesn't care about TF2 for some reason. I mean, the game's about 10 years old or some shit like that, and still has an insane amount of monthly players for how old it is. Imagine if Valve dedicated an actual team to giving TF2 weekly updates, maybe even monthly. Then I'd have a reason to play it since I would know that, hey, this game I'm investing hundreds of hours into isn't just going to die. The main problem TF2 has is that the developers don't care about it. And once Valve finally decides to oil themselves up again and actively work on a game that brings them over 50,000 monthly players despite all the problems with it, maybe then it'll be worth playing and committing hundreds of hours to, like I said. Also, I'm a pretty competitive player, and from what I know, the rank system sucks. The games are mismatched as hell sometimes, and the highest elo games never get to happen since there aren't enough players on at the same time that are also in that high rank. This is all info from Uncle Dane, but I believe it. So for a competitive player like me, it's hard to get into a ranked system knowing that I have zero chance of even playing at the highest level due to there not being enough players being available at that elo. Also, let me just say something about stock items, dude. They're broken. You're telling me that there is nothing better than a stock item, which while on paper is like okay, that keeps the game fair, but at the same time, why not? You know, no matter what combination I go on any character, with different items, no matter what combination, someone with stock items will beat me, and that's just upsetting. Obviously, with the skill difference, you can win those, and with the playstyle difference, you can. But the fact that when it comes down to a 1v1, equally skilled players, one will win simply because they have stock items. Like, come on, man, that's so annoying to play against.